Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. બધા ટ્રાય કરી
कलर को हो गया लिंक 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You sing this part. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Sankirtan ki
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So we will start continue our program. So we have His Grace Madana Prabhu. Most of us know him. Let's chant Hari Bol for him loudly 3 times. Hari Bol. Madana Prabhu have been involved in a lot of other services. He silently do a lot of services. First of all, the good quality I see in him, I have never seen him angry or raising his voice. I have been here for 15 years. I don't know how he is at home, but at least here he is not. He is very good, and he has a very nice family. Meenakshi Mani Mataji, they are raising their kids amazingly. In Cincinnati, that is a family you should follow. Harshika and Vidhi, they are doing amazing. They are giving talks, they are doing kirtan, everything. So you can get parenting tips from them also, both of them. So they are doing very good, and they are disciple of His Holiness Govardhan Maharaj. So today we have the opportunity to hear Madan Prabhu. So let's chant Hari Bol loudly and get into this Katha mode on. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us on this Saturday. Thank you to Kamal Krishna Prabhu, whatever. He said, yeah, I think he has to come and check at home also. So, and the real test will be in the original home where we all belong to, original home, back to Godhead, right? So that is where all these anarthas that we have to make sure that we eradicate them. We are here so that when we go back home, and that is when we can become eligible to go back home. So, all that I am is all the mercy of Vaishnavas, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Like talking about anarthas, I always say that my name that Maharaj gave is Madan Adbhuta Das. And shorted form to acronym, it becomes MAD. So I always say, people who don't remember me, just call me Mad Prabhu, that's it. So, in this world when we are all mad in the material world, but Guru Maharaj, out of his compassionate and causeless mercy, gave this name so that, with his mercy, we can become mad in the service of the Lord and service of the devotees. So that is all my goal is. I also see that I was born in Madras. So there also it is mad, and then ras, so mad ras. I was in a material world, mad ras, but Guru Maharaj gave me instead of ras, he gave me the rasa. So now I'm become, mad in the rasa. So that is again, that's the goal. Like we were talking about, the eventual goal, prayojan, is to develop that love, develop that rasa for our eternal relationship with the Lord. So today we'll continue with our series of discourses that we are having in the month of Kartik. Thank you to Jai Hari Prabhu for giving me this opportunity, and all of us gathering here. So as we have seen, again, I'm most unqualified to speak on the glories of Giriraj Govardhan. And the topic that Jai Hari Prabhu chose for today goes like the divine shelter. Prabhu, if you can, if you can get the screen working. So the topic was the divine shelter, lifting of Govardhan Hill. And I was just thinking of the topic, and for some, like at least for a few days, I was just stuck on the first three words of the title itself, the divine shelter. And I was just like, just talking about again our Guru Parampara, talking about Srila Prabhupada. So the divine shelter is really their shelter that Srila Prabhupada has given all of us. Just like Giriraj Govardhan gives us this divine shelter. Again, if I short it down to TDS, the divine shelter, there are so many things that comes from that. Again, the divine shelter of our Guru Parampara, transcendental devotional service, the transcendental daily sadhana, right? Everything is TDS. The DS there is more important. Transcendental, of course, stays, but the devotional service, daily sadhana, and of course, divine shelter of Giriraj Govardhan. So, yeah, I was just kind of reflecting on that, topic, and further, again, thinking about that. So, yeah, it's really the divine shelter of pure devotees. So, let's start with a quick Mangalacharan while we are setting up the monitor. So we'll have a quick short Mangalacharan, and then we'll get into the discussion. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaman Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay, so as I was saying, feel very unqualified to speak on the glories of Giriraj Govardhan. As large as Giriraj Govardhan is, and how beautiful, to all the wonderful devotees, Matajis, they came very early today, and not just today, they've been thinking about the way to decorate Giriraj Govardhan and let Giriraj Govardhan kind of manifest in Cincinnati. So thank you to all the wonderful Matajis who have so nicely brought Giriraj Govardhan out of their mercy. So this is really the Vaishnavas' mercy, all the Vaishnavas. It is by their mercy that whatever I'm able to speak today. So I'll try my best to do some justice to this particular topic of Giriraj Govardhan. And pure devotees of the Lord, just as we have been, most of us, I think, who all have been attending our daily programs, Kartik programs, online programs we have been having. Okay, everybody is still waiting for Nidra. Yesterday, Satyakant Prabhu was talking about Nidra Devi. The Nidra Devi is the wife of Kumbhakarna. And wherever there is Harikatha, when Kumbhakarna died, then she went to Krishna and said, okay, what should I do now? My husband is dead. When she went to Ram and Ram Bhagwan. And then so he says, okay, wherever there is Harikatha, you can come there. So So I think right now she's operating somewhere. Who all have been attending Kartik programs online? Hari, Hari Bol. Okay, so we'll try to keep Nidra Devi away from here, since Giriraj Govardhan is here. So where Krishna is there, Jahan Krishna, Tahani Maya Radhikar. So yeah, I think, like I said, these last 3 weeks have been wonderful. We've had Adi Guru Prabhu start off with the month of mercy, Kartik, glories of Kartik. Then His Grace Shyamananda Pandit Prabhu talked about the first Leela that Krishna performed in terms of killing or deliverance of the demon, Putana. And then we had Her Grace Priya Radhika Mataji, such nice Leela Kirtan on the Damodar pastime. So today we'll talk about Giriraj Govardhan. So I just want to continue in the same format, kind of a narrative story format that she started with last week in terms of Damodar Leela. So I thought, it'll be nice to continue in that theme. So before we start, let's quickly offer our pranams to Giriraj Govardhan by this prayer. So you can repeat after me. Namaste Girirajaya.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Shri Govardhan Namine.
Shri Govardhan Namine.
Ashesha Klesha Nashaya.
Ashesha Klesha Nashaya.
Paramananda Daine. Namaste, everybody together. Namaste Girirajaya Shri Govardhan Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya Paramananda Daine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the King of Mountains, whose name is Govardhan. Namaste Girirajaya. I offer my obeisances to Govardhan Namine, Shri Govardhan Namine, whose name is Shri Govardhan. And Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. He destroys unlimited miseries that we have, that we all face in this lifetime and all the lifetimes. And he is Paramananda Daine. He bestows the highest bliss. So such a wonderful prayer for Shri Giriraj Govardhan. So, like I said, this topic, like when I see again the divine shelter, it is the divine shelter really of pure devotees. So I want to start from here, wonderful gathering of pure devotees. And then, of course, our Guru Parampara, who have so mercifully given us this wonderful process of devotional service of bhakti. Grateful to our Guru Varga, current Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, and then all the predecessor acharyas. So that is really the divine shelter of pure devotees. And if you see TDS, some of us from Indian background may think, what is that TDS? TDS, when you have your pay slip, you would be thinking, what is TDS? Prabhu, you remember? Tax deducted source, yes. So this is not the tax deducted source. But if we offer our heart to the Lord, then actually all the tax that we have to pay in terms of all our karmas in this lifetime and all the future lifetimes, that is the tax that we have to pay, really, right, for all our previous karmas. All of the tax is deducted at source, right? So that is also true, that if we really sincerely follow the instructions of pure Vaishnavas, then really that tax that we owe, all of us owe, because of our misfortune, because of our misdeeds from the previous lifetimes, all of those are eradicated at source by the Lord, because He takes control. So that is really the transcendental divine shelter and transcendental devotional service and transcendental daily sadhana. And also there's one more TDS that I will talk about in a bit here. So let's talk about, so first I wanted to glorify our wonderful Acharya of holy names, none other than Narad Muni. Right? So Narad Muni says, so I asked that question, how many of us have been doing Kartik program, have been participating in Kartik programs every day, because that is really our this mercy of this month of mercy, because mercy of Srimati Radharani. Every month we have been gathering and we've been doing, and Sri Narad Muni says here in this particular quote from Narad Pancharatra, teachings of Narad Muni that Srila Prabhupada gave us, that Tad dinam durdinam manye, megha channam na durdinam, yad dinam Krishna samlapa, katha piyusha varjitam. So what he says, that is, every day that we are doing these programs, he says, what is the definition? Really, he's defining what is the definition of a bad day. So the way he defines it, he says, Tad dinam durdinam manye. I don't consider that day as bad day, where megha channam na durdinam, like when it is cloudy, when it is pouring, there's downpour of rainfall. I don't consider that really as bad day when it's gloomy. Most of the people are indoors, they don't want to do anything, right? But that is not really the definition of bad day, he says. But he says, Yaddinam Krishna samlapa katha piyusha varjitam. That day I consider as the most bad day, where there is no glories, katha, kirtan of the Lord. There is no Krishna katha, no Krishna kirtan, and the nectar of the holy name of the Lord, the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, that is missing. So that day, Sri Narad Muni defines as a bad day. So all of us here, we are not having bad day. This whole month, we have this Maha Mercy of Kartik. Every day, we are at least absorbed in some level of Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan, remembrance of the Lord, interacting with the devotees, offering bhoga, eating prasadam, right? So that is the true, good day that all of us are having in this whole month of Kartik. And the goal should be that we not only have that in this month, but we should continue. After 30 days of practice, we become better at our practice, and so that way we can continue that same process. So that is the definition of bad day that Narad Muni gives. And then, of course, this is the month of also Diwali. Actually, this week we celebrated Diwali also. So another very wonderful devotee of Lord Sri Ram, King Kulashekara Alwar from South, Prabhupada has given again his teachings in Mukundamala Stotra, wonderful book. We recited prayers of Mukundamala Stotra. So he says, he gives the definition of the good day, and he defines how to make it a good day. So he says, Jivve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja sridharam pani dvandva samarchaya chuta katha shrotra dvayatam shrunu krishnam lokaya lochana dvaya harir gacchangri jigragrhana mukunda pada tulasem murdhanamadhokshajam. So what does he say? He says, Jivve is the tongue that we say in Sanskrit. Jivve, O tongue, praise the glories of Keshav, Lord Krishna. And Muraripum, Cheto Bhajo Sridharam, O mind, Cheto, worship the enemy of Mura. And then Sridharam, Pani Dvandva Samarchaya Achyuta Katha, that O hands, serve the Lord of Shri. And O ears, hear the topics of Lord Achyuta, Achyuta Katha. Shrotra is the Shrotra, we say Shruti, right? We hear Shravanam through our ears. And Krishnam Lokaya Lochana Dvaya. So the eyes, what do the eyes should do? Eyes gaze upon Sri Krishna. And then Harer Gacchangri Yugmalayam. O feet, go to the temple of Lord Hari. And Jigra, which is the nose, Grhana Mukunda Pada Tulsim. Smell the tulsi buds offered to the Lord's lotus feet. And Murdhan Namadhokshajam, which we all do. When we come here, we request everybody that, we should, when we come here, not just, fold our palms, but we should actually bow down in front of the Lord. So that is the perfection of the head. So that head is first class, which actually bows down in front of the Lord. So, wonderful devotees, again, the teachers, they are acharyas, the teachers by their achar. They do achar, meaning they preach, and they do achar and prachar. They teach by their personal example. They walk the talk. So Narad Muni sings the glories of Lord in all the universes. King Kulashekara, again a pure devotee of Lord Sri Ramachandra, especially in this month of Diwali. We remember Lord Sri Ram when he came back from Ayodhya. So, wonderful teaching from him. And of course, everything comes back to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And Srila Prabhupada, of course, preached the glories of Lord throughout the whole world. So the other TDS that I was talking about was also transcendental divine shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, for most of us, he is our spiritual grandfather. For those who are initiated here, of course, as Lalita Prasad Prabhu, for whom he is the spiritual father. But for majority of us who are initiated in the disciplic succession, he is our spiritual grandfather. So, and of course, I have a picture of my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And then on the right is another picture there, which is what I'm going to talk about. But the DS for me, transcendental, the transcendence of DS is also Dada. Dada, when you say for grandfather, we say Dada, right? And with respect, I used to call my grandfather as Dada Sa. So for us, Srila Prabhupada is our transcendental Dada Sa. He's our grandfather. And I want to touch upon my journey, like I was talking about the story. So, the reason I'm here today, and I think I've discussed with a few of us in the past also, that how I kind of started my journey, or for me, it has always been, when I think about whatever I am today, it is because of the mercy of both my familial grandfather and, of course, my spiritual grandfather. All through, of course, my father, right, which is in this case my Guru Maharaj. But my grandfather's name was pictured here on the bottom right. His name is also Kanhaiya Lal. So in that sense, he's also the child of Shri Krishna. But he, I was saying, I remember the first act of devotional service that I did in my life was sitting in the divine shelter, in the divine lap of my grandfather. He was a very, very nice Vaishnava. I'll talk a bit about that later, but remembering both my spiritual and familial dadasa and their causeless mercy, that my journey in devotional service started sitting really on his lap and doing Shivji ka Abhishek. So we have a temple in my paternal hometown, and that's how he taught me. So I think I was 5 or 6 years old at that time, so sitting in his lap and then performing Shiva Abhishek. So that is something that I remember in my mind as my first act of devotional service that I performed. And then, talking about my Guru Maharaj, his name is Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So my last interaction with my Guru Maharaj was in the month of Kartik 2 years ago in Vrindavan Dham. So when I was in Vrindavan in 2023, so my Guru Maharaj, in the morning, he was supposed to go for the parikrama, Vrindavan Pach parikrama. So I happened to be there in the room with Maharaj, and I was alone, and Maharaj's servants were there. And then Guru Maharaj at that time was almost 79 years of age, and he had difficulty in speaking. His voice was not audible sometimes. So he was taking that inhalation medicine. So after performing, and every morning he would be offered Mangalarti, he'll do his Mangalarti, and then after the Mangalarti, he will come back to his personal deity's room, and then he'll do his personal deity seva. And then so I was there for all of that. And then after that, he told his personal servant to bring that medicine, and I was thinking, why is Guru Maharaj talking about then? And I realized, okay, because his voice is not good. So he wanted to kind of treat that. And while he was doing that, he got his set of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and of course, the parikrama by His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj. So he was reading while his medication was going on. And then after that, so it was 10-15 minutes, and then so I was just amazed, at 79 years of age, he has everything in his brain, and he was one of the sharpest in terms of intelligence, in terms of his memory. If he had seen somebody 20 years ago, and if he sees them again today, he will remember exactly when he had seen them. When he met us, my family, and we had told him that we are from Rajasthan, and he remembered after 3 years also when I met him after COVID. Oh, from Rajasthan, yes. So he would always remember, and like that, there are tons of examples. So his memory was so sharp. But he asked me a very wonderful thing that day. So he said, so do you know where we are going to go today? I said, no, Guru Maharaj. And he says, today we are going to go to Chintaharan Mahadev. So I was like, oh, okay. So do you know what will happen? Do you have any anxieties? I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. So all of those anxieties will be taken away, because that is Chinta Haran. So Chinta is anxieties, worries that we have, all of us have. Haran is somebody who removes, destroys, and that is Mahadevji, Shivji. So it was just a nice kind of correlation for me, because like I said, my familial dadasa, when I started my journey in his lap, performing Shiva Abhishek, and that was my last meeting with my Guru Maharaj. And he talks about Chintaharan Mahadev, because I always had this chinta. Sometimes if we say, some of his worship, I know Kartik Prabhu there, we had a good discussion during Rath Yatra about worshipping Shivji, so I was saying Shivji is, of course, Vaishnava, Thashambhu Shivji is the topmost devotee. So, but where it connects the dots is I'm just trying to connect the dots, in my life, and I look back, where it started and where it ended with my Guru Maharaj while he was on this mortal planet, it was all about Mahadev. And so the story of Mahadev, just want to touch upon briefly on that let's go here. So again, TDS, right? Tax deducted source. transcendental devotee Shiva, or topmost devotee Shiva. That's why we call him Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So this is a wonderful pastime. So that day when I went with my Guru Maharaj for the Vraj Parikrama, we went to this place called Brahmanda Ghat. This is where Priya Radhika Mataji was talking about, where Krishna ate the mud, ate the dust that day, and then Ma Yashoda saw the whole Brahmanda, whole universe in her mouth. So that is the Brahmanda Ghat. So that is where exactly we went that day. And also there is a subsequent ghat called the Chintaharan Ghat. So that is the picture that is on the right side of Chintaharan Mahadev. And the prayer next to it also is again connecting the dots from my own personal journey so far. That was the first bhajan that I sang. So again, growing up in the shelter of my grandfather and my grandmother, they were very, very loving, very, very nice, devotees. And I was come back from school, sit on the place where my grandmother would be. She would be waiting, kind of wait, and then we'll just sing. So I remember this very, very vividly. I remember this was the first bhajan that I sang in my life, with them. And this is again glorifying Shivji. So it says, glorifying this particular pastime, where it says, शिवजी भोला गजब का है गोला आया है नंद द्वार पे माता दरस दिखा दे तेरे लाल के माता बोली कि मैं नहीं भोली तुम जाओ मेरे द्वार से नहीं दर्शन होंगे मेरे लाल के. So what that means is Mother Yashoda, when little Krishna was little, after this pastime, just before this pastime happened, Lord Shiva wants to see Krishna because Krishna is born. So he comes to the doorstep of Mother Yashoda, and he comes, and as Shivji is always like he's mendicant, he's renounced, but he has all this jata and the mrigachala, the deer skin, right? So Mother Yashoda is really frightened. Okay, who is here and why? So he says, I want to see your little child, but she says no. I can't let you see, you are in this attire, and I'm really afraid my little child will be really scared looking at you. So then he feels really sorry and he feels bad. So what happens is then he goes to that place, the Chintaharan Mahadev that we just talked about. So then he sits there, and then Krishna performs this pastime of eating the mud, and then Mother Yashoda is kind of anxious and worried about her little child, that he's doing all these naughty things, and then so she prays to Lord Shiva. And then somebody says, you should meet this saint. The saint is sitting here at Chintaharan Ghat. So then she goes and then she prays to him. And then she brings Krishna. And that's where Krishna and Shivji actually meet. So the one at the last there says, yes. Somewhere he says, there, the third stanza. He says, बोला रे बोला जोगी सुन ले ए माता मुरली बजैया मेरा यार है मैं हूँ पुराना मेरा यार पुराना वर्षों पुराना मेरा प्यार है अलख जगाई धुनी रमाई बिरदर्शन नहीं जाऊं यहीं मर जाऊं कान्हा के गुण गाऊं तुम देखना कमाल रे माता दरस दिखा दे तेरे लाल के. So he says that our friendship is eternal. We are friends from a long time. So finally he gets darshan, and that's when Krishna smiles looking at Shivji in this form of Chintaharan Mahadev. So and this particular temple has, they say that it has 1,108 shivlings all joined together in this particular shivling. So just as Ganga is the greatest of all the rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, Lord Shambhu, Shiva, is the greatest of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. Okay, so that was a little pastime about Chintaharan Mahadev. So let's move along a little further. So again, talking about transcendental Dadasa, which is our grandfather, transcendental grandfather, Sri Rupa Goswami also very nicely quotes Giriraj Govardhan as Tat Now, some of us who are from South India, Karthik Prabhu, I know. Is anybody else who's from South India? Yes. And South India, we say, what do we say to our grandfather? Tata. Tata, we say, right? So Tata. So actually, Rupa Goswami says, and Tata in Sanskrit is like any elderly. So it's grandfather, great-great-grandfather. So any paternal relationship. So Rupa Goswami actually calls Giriraj Govardhan as Tata. And why does he say that? He says that because he provides, he nourishes everybody, right? Be it the Vrajavasis, cows, calves, animals. So he is the provider, shelter for everybody. So he references him as Tata. So this wonderful pastime of Srila Prabhupada, Dinabandhu Prabhu was here a few months ago. So it is his quote. And actually, he actually shared this also, and recently when Prabhupada's Vigraha was installed at the New York Center on 60th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada arriving in US. So that's where he mentioned the story of pastime. And he says that, there was this devotee, Kartikeya. So Prabhupada, as we know, at this age, in the 70s, coming from India, it was very hard for his body to get acclimatized to the US weather. So whenever it would be cold, he would request his disciples to make halwa for him. So, so this devotee, Kartikeya Prabhu, he knew that Prabhupada likes halwa. So he was thinking in his mind, meditating that, okay, next time when it's cold, when it's rainy, and I'll make this halwa for Srila Prabhupada. So, and meanwhile, there is another devotee, I think Govinda Dasi. So she brings this wheat germ, it's called, right? So जो बारीक नहीं होता है, जो थोड़ा सा मोटा सा होता है गेहूं के दाने. So he said, okay, this will be nice. I'll make halwa of this. But usually we make halwa of the suji, and that is what Prabhupada used to like. So then this Kartikeya Prabhu, he makes this nice halwa, and then he takes it to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada looks at it, says, what is this? And he says, Prabhupada, this is halwa. He says, what kind of halwa is this? You don't know halwa is made of suji? Then Prabhupada, and he was in his meditation, and then he says, he just shows like them, left hand. He says, take it away. And so this, Kartikeya Prabhu, he was a very soft-hearted, tender-hearted devotee, and he really feels so kind of heartbroken by this incident, and especially when Prabhupada says, take it away, doesn't even use his words, he just shows his left hand. So he just literally bursts into tears, and he goes outside, and Prabhupada is in his room, so he goes outside, and then there is the picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as Prabhupada's spiritual master. So he just goes and literally just sits there, and then he's just crying in front of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, saying that I was just trying to please your spiritual son, but unfortunately I have offended him. So, and he's just crying and crying. And then immediately in a few minutes, Prabhupada calls him, Kartikeya. And then he goes again rushing inside. So where is that halwa that you made? And he says, here, I'll get it, Prabhupada. So he goes and he takes that halwa again, and Prabhupada starts eating it. And Prabhupada's just relishing it. He says, did you make more? He says, yes, Prabhupada. He says, bring more. So he brings again more. And Prabhupada eats it, and finally Prabhupada finishes everything. And then, he's so happy. And Prabhupada tells him a very important principle in life. He says that the spiritual grandfather is more merciful than the spiritual father. So the Dinabandhu Prabhu was saying this. And then he was saying this for all of us here, that we sometimes feel that, we never had the opportunity to meet Srila Prabhupada. Of course, His Grace Lalita Prasad Prabhu had, so he's lucky, but we feel like we never had the opportunity. But this pastime shows that what Dinabandhu Prabhu was saying was, this came from Srila Prabhupada. He says that, the grandfather is more merciful, because he went and he prayed to the grandfather, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and immediately his prayers were heard. So in the same sense, Dinabandhu Prabhu was saying that, we should not lose hope. In this case, actually we are more blessed than the immediate disciples of Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada's mercy, he says, comes more to all of us. So Prabhupada expects more from them, but for us, as grandfather, he is very, very merciful. So, Hari Bol for Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this was a wonderful, nice pastime about Dadasa, our Dadasa, all of our Dadasa. Nice. That's why we pray Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that wonderful prayer, O He Vaishnav Thakur, Dayara Sagar. So he's a merciful ocean. That Edase Karuna Kori, please give your drop of mercy. Diya Pada Chhaya, Shodhohe Amaya, Tumara Charana Thori. So we just have to hold on to the lotus feet of our spiritual father and spiritual grandfather, and their mercy will be on all of us. Okay, so moving further, just to wrap up again, like I was saying about the town that I came from, is also the town of wonderful devotee, whose picture we have there. Her name is Mirabai Mirta. So that is my paternal hometown. Of course, I grew up mostly in Chennai, in Madras, but my ancestral heritage is from Mirta. And Mirta is the paternal hometown of Mirabai. So Mirabai was born in her Nanihal, Mewad, in Kudki, but her grandfathers and her parents used to live in Mirta, so that's where she grew up. So her mahal, where she grew up, is right across. So my grandfather, the picture I showed earlier, Kanhaiyalalji, we have a temple in Mirta, right across from where Mirabai's mahal is, where Mirabai grew up. So this is actually the pictures of our temple that my grandfather built, and this is the Shivling. So there are three Vigraha, just like in our ISKCON temples, we have 3 deities. So we have 3 deities here: Kailash, Parvati, Maya. Then we have Govind, Radha, Krishna, and then Lakshmi Narayan. And this picture is from the Chaturbhuja Nath Mandir, also in Mirta, where Mirabai used to worship Lord Shri Krishna. So again here, my grandfather, he would perform. Most of us, like we say, we wake up early in the morning, we do Mangalarti. He would wake up, and I would remember, like even growing up in Chennai, when I was growing up, he would wake up every single morning, very early. Sometimes, and I grew up, I started understanding a little more because I used to also study for my school, and so and I would see, and I would wake up at 4, he would already be up, and he would be performing his Mangalarti and all his deity puja. But when he was about to leave this world at Mirta, so he would perform Mangalarti for all the deities at 4 a.m. And then 2 days before he left, he actually told my grandmother that my time has come. And the way he left his body was he performed the Abhishek of Shivji, he hugged the Shivling, and that is where his body was found at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. So that is how he left his body. And so again, all that I have acquired so far in my life certainly started from there. That is where the heritage started. But the significance again of Mirabai and Mirta is because as we know, again, Satyagon Prabhu is not here today, but Satyagon, is he here? Oh, there he is. Okay, Hari Bol. So yesterday we had a wonderful katha by His Grace Satyagon Prabhu at Shampriya Mataji's home, and he was talking about Mirabai's pastime. And Mirabai, so in short, of course, when she was growing up as a young girl, she would ask her mother, once a barat, a procession, marriage procession was going on, and she says, what is this going on? And her mother told her that, this is the barat. So there's a bridegroom. So he says, who is my bridegroom, or where is my bridegroom? So then her mother says, her mother is kind of troubled by her questions and frequent questions about that. Where is my bridegroom? Where is my bridegroom? And finally she points to little Girdhar Gopal and says, here is your bridegroom. And she immediately puts it into her heart. She just, that is her meditation. And then she just, in mind, she has made Girdhar Gopal as her husband. So in this wonderful prayer that we sing, that she composed, Mere to Girdhar Gopal, dusro na koi, jaake sar Mor mukut mero pati soi. So she says that, it's that for me it is only Giridhar Gopal. Giridhar is the name of Krishna because he lifted Giri, which is a mountain. So one who holds the mountain is Giridhar. So she made Krishna as her eternal husband. And she was, as he was saying yesterday, that she in a previous life she was a devotee, a gopi. Her name was Madhavi. And so when she was married to one of the Vrajavasis, and her mother, Madhavi's mother, told her that you're going now to your sasural, make sure that you don't show your face to at least, especially one person. Especially make sure you don't show your face to one person. So when she's going, then Krishna comes, of course, as he's naughty. And then he tells his friend that, भाभी को बोलो चेहरा दिखाएगी. So let ask, please tell sister-in-law to remove her sari so I can see her face. And then she says no, and she will not show her face to him. And Krishna tried his level best, but in this case even the Lord fails, right? So Lord fails in front of his pure devotees. So in this classic example, so he failed to convince her. And then so then what happens is, then when the Govardhan Leela happens, at that time, which is after a few days, then at that point, of course, all the Vrajvasis are under the shelter of Giriraj Govardhan. And that time, Mirabai actually sees. So Krishna tells her that, okay, since you didn't show me your face, now you will be the one who will have to yearn to see me, right? So you will be yearning to see me, but I will not show you myself. But in the Govardhan pastime, she is also there because all the Vrajvasis are there. At that time, she actually sees Krishna. And then, of course, everybody who sees Krishna for once, they've seen it for eternity, and then they lose their heart forever. So that's why we say, I lost my heart in Vrindavan. So Mirabai also, as Madhavi, lost her heart in Vrindavan under the shelter of Giriraj Govardhan. And then the fable continues that, then the next life she becomes Mirabai, because Krishna told her that I will not show you myself. So now she comes as Mirabai, and now she is completely absorbed in the thoughts and meditation of Shri Krishna for her whole life. And ultimately she takes samadhi in Dwarka, in the Dwarkadish temple, merging into the deity of Shri Krishna. So that is a short story of Mirabai from Mirta. Okay, so let's move on. So we talked about some devotees, Narad Muni, King Kulashekara Alvar, of course our Guru Parampara. The focus was all on Kirtan, right? Narad Muni, Kulashekara Alvar, they're all talking about Kirtan, Krishna Katha, hearing and chanting, right? So who here, of course, most of us know the 9 limbs of bhakti, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, then next comes Vishnu Smaranam, yes. And then after this, Pada Sevanam. So Pada Sevanam. What does Pada Sevanam mean? Yes, circumambulating the Lord with our lotus feet, or also serving the lotus feet of the Lord, Pada Sevanam, right? So as we all see here, that is the form of Pada Sevanam. So most of us have visited Vrindavan Dham here, yes, most of us have visited. For those who have not visited Vrindavan Dham there, I'm sure most of us have visited the new Vrindavan Dham here, yes, Hari Bol, yes. So New Vrindavan Dham is not different from Vrindavan Dham, because Srila Prabhupada said that, New Vrindavan is Vrindavan. So, we can go to New Vrindavan also. And, when we circumambulate Giriraj Govardhan, that is our devotional service of Pada Sevanam. So we circumambulate a lot of things. We do our, today we have the opportunity to circumambulate Giriraj Govardhan right here. But we also circumambulate our temples. When you go to temple, we circumambulate Tulsi plant. We circumambulate our spiritual master. We circumambulate when we do for Vraj Parikrama, Govardhan Parikrama. So so we circumambulate all of these. So so on this point of circumambulation, dandavats, like we saw in the previous picture, how the devotees are doing dandavats. So there's a very nice pastime of this saint. Again, TDS, don't forget the tax deducted source. Transcendental Dandavat saint. So this is a pastime of Sri Keshavacharya. What's his name? Sri Keshavacharya. So this devotee in Vrindavan, a nice pastime that he would offer Dandavat Pranam by bowing down in front of Giriraj, then stretching his arms up to the point where his arms would go. Then again he would go there, and then again he would do dandavats, right? So it is like this, So you're just offering dandavats after dandavats, and then that's how you do the whole parikrama. So this may take, if you just go by walk, and if you're at a good speed, it takes roughly 6 to 7 hours to do the Giriraj Govardhan parikrama. But dandavats can take days, even months sometimes. So he would do this as his devotional seva. So while he was doing this, like I said, it may take even days and night. So in the night, one time while he was doing the parikrama, there was an old sadhu who came, and he looked at him and he shouted at him, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then Keshavacharya looked around and said, he bowed down to the sadhu and says, dear sadhu, I'm just offering my dandavat pranams to Giriraj Govardhan. So then he says, do you know what time it is? So it was past midnight. And he says, that this bhumi, this earth on which you are doing the dandavats, it is considered mother. And in the night you are doing this parikrama, this is not appropriate. And then he says, okay. So then he asked the sadhu, oh dear sadhu, so you says, yeah, Bhumi Devi is our mother. And then could you tell me who am I? And he says, you are just a jivatma. He says, okay, I'm a jivatma. So and you are just a child. So I'm just a child of the Lord. And if this Bhumi is mother and she is the wife of the Lord, then she is my mother. So wouldn't a little child just cuddle? As a kid, as a little child, what would he do in the night after night? They would just cuddle to their mother. That is what I'm doing. So that pleased the sadhu so much. And then he says, okay. And then he says, okay, I will help you. So while he was doing his parikrama, so he picks him and he just throws him like that. And then instead of doing this Dandavat parikrama, one step at a time, he goes like flying 10 to 15 steps ahead. And then he turns around and he looks around. He says, he has come so far. Then again he goes back. And he says, no, this is not what I'm trying to do. I'm here to do Dandavat parikrama, right? I'm not here to do flying parikrama, right? So then he says, please leave me alone. You asked me a question, I answered, I did that. And then he starts doing it, and again the sadhu again, throws him like that. So again he comes back and he obeisance and he says, please leave me, whatever you told me, I did. So now this is what I want to do. This is my sadhana, this is my devotion service. And then, the sadhu is again very pleased. Then he says, okay, I will reveal to you who am I. And poof, who comes out? Any guesses? Krishna. Okay. Any other guesses? Shivji, yes. We glorified Shivji. Hari Bol. So Shivji, so it is actually Shivji. And that's why when we do this parikrama of Giriraj Govardhan, Shivji actually is there in all the dhams. Even in New Vrindavan, if you go there, Shivling is there, right, on the Govardhan hill. So that is Chakleshwar Mahadev. So Chakleshwar Mahadev is the guardian of the dham. And so like that, Shivji is there everywhere in the dham. But this is a nice pastime of how Shivji, again, as Vaishnava Nam Yato Shambhu, he is there to help us. A sincere devotee, a pure devotee, he just tests. But ultimately, that is the prize that when Shivji gives. If you just ask to Shivji, what is the topmost gift that he can give, he will give you bhakti of the Lord. So he gave the darshan to Sri Keshavacharya and he blessed him. So that is the Dandavat saint. Okay, so another TDS, transcendental darshan and self-realization. So another story of another very, very exalted Vaishnava in our Gaudiya Sampradaya. And actually this is what we were talking about with on the online class the other day. So this Vaishnava devotee, his name is Siddha Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. So he wrote the wonderful prayers that we all sing every morning, which is the Tulasi prayers. And he says, Dina Krishna Dase Kahe Ye Je Namora Hoy Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadai Nabhashi. So that Dina Krishna Dase that we sing every morning, that is actually Siddha Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj. So how, again, as a Vaishnava, the mood that we have, he has, is of humility. So, even though his name is Siddha Krishna Das, he is a realized, self-realized saint. But he's, in the prayer he's saying, Dina Krishna Das, that I am a very, very lowly, fallen, devotee. So that is the mood of a pure Vaishnava. And Krishna, of course, he's pleased more with such humility and such humble devotees. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Dinere adhika daya kare Bhagavan, Kulina pandita dhanira bada abhiman. So Krishna, he is more merciful on Dina. Dina means on humble devotees. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always favorable to the humble and meek. But Kulina, Pandita and Dhanira. Kulina is somebody who is very aristocratic. Pandita, who's boasts about their scholarly wisdom. And Dhani is somebody who is very wealthy. So these who are always proud of their positions, Krishna is not does not reciprocate with them. But one who is very humble and meek, the Lord reciprocates. So again, the prayer that we sing for Tulsi Arati. So what happens again, talking about the what, why and how. So Siddha Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, what does he say about the what to Vrinda Devi? He says, Ye to mara sharana loe, tara vansha purna hoy, kripa kari karo tare Vrindavan vasi. So she asks, okay, what do you want? And he says, kripa kari karo Vrindavan vasi. So please make me Vrindavan vasi, O Vrinda Devi. So that is his desire, that is the what he wants. And then she says, okay, why? Why do you want that? And he says, Moraye abhilasha vilas kunjeti yovas nayane haribo sada jugal ruparashi. So why I want that vas in Vrindavan? So that I can always be absorbed in the pastimes. I can always have darshan of the divine pastimes of the divine couple. Right? So nayane haribo sada jugal ruparashi. May I always have the darshan of the Lord in my vision. So that is the why. And then he says, then she says, oh, so you're demanding me, demanding this from me. And he says, no, I'm not demanding, I'm just requesting. How? Ei nivedana karo, sakhiranugata karo, sevadhikar diye karo nijadasi. So he says, hey, nivedan, this is just my humble request, that may you please make me a follower of the Vrajavasis, of the Vrajagopis. Please give me the privilege of devotional service. So that is his what, why, and how. Going back to what we were sharing in our online class also, that Prabhupada, also in a similar mode, he told us the what is establishing our relationship with Krishna. So that is our what, the sambandha, eternal relationship that we have, that should be our what. And then the why is the prayojan. Prayojan is to develop love of Godhead. So sambandha is to to establish relationship. And why do we want to establish relationship? Because we want to develop love for God, so that God will reciprocate, right? Because Lord reciprocates with his pure devotees who are selfless, and Lord gives them everything. Right? So that is the why, the prayojan. And then the how is we do this, the process of Navada Bhakti that Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara have given us. Right? By Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, we chant, we sing the glories, we hear the pastimes of the Lord, we do Dandavat, we do Parikrama, circumambulation, Padasevanam, remembrance of the Lord, and Archanam, worship, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, through in the form of servitorship, in the form of friendship, and Atma Nivedanam is ultimately through body, mind, and words completely. So this is the nine limbs of bhakti that we just saw earlier. So that is the what, why, and how that Srila Prabhupada also taught us. So in the same mood, Siddha Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj is also teaching us through the Tulsi prayers. So there are a couple of other pastimes of Siddha Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj that, again, the way I said, he had darshan of the Lord, and he was a siddha, he was already self-realized. So for these devotees, as Lord Brahma also says, that premanjana shrita bhakti vilochanena, their eyes are tinged, and not just materialized, their spiritual eyes inside their eyes of their heart, of their mind, are tinged with the love, pure love of Lord. So they're able to have darshan in the heart. So he had already, so a couple of things that happened is, so he would perform his chanting, his sadhana, and externally he would be sitting and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But internally, his body was here, but internally he would be in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. So once he was, the pastime that was happening was the Holy Leela. Holy Leela is not the H-O-L-Y holy, but the H-O-L-I holy that most of us are aware of, right? The pastime of putting colors on each other. So he was, in that pastime, he was assisting Srimati Radharani as her maid servant, and Krishna and Krishna's party were throwing the water balloons on Radharani's party, right? And so her service there was to protect Srimati Radharani. So he would, as Krishna would throw the balloon, he would jump in front of that balloon and he would take the balloon on him, right? So that way that Radharani is protected, Radharani doesn't get that balloon. So that was his service or her service in that eternal relationship. And so while he was doing this, and so he was doing that, and then ultimately his meditation broke. And then when his meditation broke, then he came back to his consciousness in the body, And then after that, he comes out of his kutir, of his bhajan kutir, where his cottage was. And then the devotees outside are looking at him. And then he would just as picture shows, he would just wear this one piece of cloth, kopin. And his body was fully covered, with this colors. And so everybody was looking at him. Babaji, what happened? What were you doing inside? He says, nothing, I was chanting. And they're just looking at his body, and then his body is fully drenched in all colors. And then he looks, and then he sees. So, that is what happens. Even though externally, he was sitting and chanting, but internally he was in the mood. He was serving Srimati Radharani, serving the divine couple there. So his body was drenched in the colors of holy. And another Leela, which we just recently did last month here, was the boat festival. Nauka Vihar, we call it as a Nauka. So Krishna and Radharani and the devotees go in the boat in Manasi Ganga. So he was looking at that pastime, and his service was to assist again the gopis in the seva. And so Lalita Sakhi, Vishaka Sakhi, they were all there. They were singing. One was doing worship of the Lord. Another Chitra Sakhi was bringing the garland. And then he was just sitting there, he was watching. And then suddenly Krishna, in that pastime, he splashes some water on Srimati Radharani. And then Srimati Radharani is like, oh, so this is allowed. And then she says, all right, come on, gopis. So then they all start splashing water back at Krishna. So they are just splashing this, and then as he's meditating on this pastime, as he's there, his service was to offer perfume, ittar, we say ittar, and so his service was to offer ittar. And then as he's watching this pastime, suddenly he smiles and he laughs, and that ittar that he is holding in his hands, in his eternal seva, there, that drops into Manasi Ganga. And then that time again, his meditation breaks. So he comes back to his external consciousness, and then he loses that. And then, of course, when you have darshan of the Lord, and then the darshan goes away, that is like the most heartbreaking moment of your life. And so he is like, he's just kind of contemplating of his misfortune that he has lost the darshan. But immediately he thinks, immediately he goes to Manasi Ganga in Vrindavan to see if what he was observing in his meditation is still happening. So he goes to Manasi Ganga to see if the Leela is still going on. Of course, Leela is not happening there in Bhoma Vrindavan. But the whole area there is suddenly fragrant. There's like nice fragrance coming there. So everybody is wondering, Babaji, kya hua? What is happening? Why is this so much fragrance? Are you smelling that? And Krishna's Babaji Maharaj is like, what fragrance? I'm just stinking because of my misfortune. There is no fragrance here. And then so he denies everything. And then finally, he goes back to his kutir. And then when one of his close associate comes, and he says, Babaji, did you really not smell that fragrance? And then he says, yes, that was my misfortune. That I should not have dropped that fragrance into the Manasi Ganga. And that is my misfortune that I did that, and I lost the darshan of the Lordships. So again, we see that his meditation was so pure, so powerful, that what he was doing there actually is manifesting here in the Vrindavan Dham. So that is how exalted he was in his sadhana. That is the true chanting, that when we chant fully absorbed in the pastimes of the Lord. And these pure Vaishnavas, they have darshan of the Lord in their heart. Like again, the Damodarashtakam prayers that we sing every day. Mataji was singing last week in the Kirtan Leela, and that the prayer of Damodarashtakam that we say, Varam deva moksham na moksha vadhem va na chanyam vrineham vareshadapiha idam teva purnatha gopala balam sadami manasya virastam kimanye. So the manasa is talking about, that is where he's saying that, oh my Lord, I don't have any desires of any boons that you may offer, liberation or even going to the Vaikuntha Loka. Only thing that I want is this Gopal Roop that you have. May it always manifest in the vision of my heart. And even the next sloka also is saying the same thing, that Manasya Virastam Alam Lakshalabi, that I just have this desire that may this form of yours, this little Damodar form of yours, be always manifest in my heart. So that is how Siddha Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj and all the pure devotees are, that they have darshan of the Lord in their heart, as Satyavata Muni is praying there. So those are two. And then the reason, again, connecting it back to Giriraj Govardhan today, this is another wonderful prayer that Siddha Krishnadas Babaji composed for glorifying Giriraj Govardhan. So let's repeat after me. Saptaham eva Chutahasta padmake Bringayamanam Falamula kandarai Samsevyamanam Harimatva vrindakam Govardhanam tvam Shirasa namami. So here he is meditating on the pastime of Giriraj Govardhan Leela that Krishna performed, and he says, Saptahameva, oh Govardhan, how fortunate you are that Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj, when he heard Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. And in this case, Giriraj Govardhan, so everybody, when we hear Bhagavad Katha for 7 days, our goal is to attain Krishna, right? And what is happening here with Giriraj Govardhan? Krishna himself is coming to Giriraj Govardhan, and then he is lifting Giriraj Govardhan for 7 days. So the fortune of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is, of course, most auspicious. But Giriraj Govardhan, he is having Krishna's association automatically. So that's the next step, right? When Srimad Bhagavatam we hear, the goal is to have association of Krishna. Giriraj Govardhan is already having that association, and not just he, but all of the Vrajvasis, because of his mercy, all the Vrajvasis are having the association of Krishna for 7 days and 7 nights. So that is what the Saptaha in Hindi and Sanskrit means 7. So Saptaham eva Achyuta hasta padmake. Achyuta, again, in this context, it's mentioned Achyuta because Achyuta, the name of Lord, means one who is infallible, who doesn't fall down. Like as we fall from the spiritual world to the material world, take birth, go through the cycle of birth and death. But Krishna is infallible. But again, the pastime, as most of us know, there was once this fruit seller comes to Vrindavan, right? And the fruit seller is coming there to sell fruits. And then she's just so mesmerized by Damodar that she just says, she asks Krishna to take those fruits. And Krishna, what does he do? He says, okay, I'll bring these rice. But these rice that he's carrying in his little hands, in his palms, those rice he's carrying, but those rice are all falling from his palms, right? And eventually when he reaches the fruit seller, hardly anything in his hand. So even though the Lord, who is infallible, who is the controller of all the universes, but he is not able to control those small grains of rice in his hand. And then, of course, when she goes out to sell those fruits, instead of saying, phal le lo, he says, Govinda le lo, Damodar le lo, Madhava le lo, right? And everybody is like wondering, what is she saying? Because he says, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. So she says, Govinda le lo, Damodar le lo, Madhava le lo. And then everybody is saying, what? She says, okay, so Govinda de lo, to de do, Govinda de do, Madhava de do, Damodar de do. So everybody is like requesting her to give Govinda Damodar Madhava to her. So that is the context of Achyuta, that Achyuta, Lord, was Achyuta, but in this case, he is holding Govardhan in his hands, and what happens, not in his right hand, he's holding his left pinky finger, right? So as he's holding, then Govardhan starts shaking, the balance becomes. So again, all the Vrajvasis are there under Govardhan, and everybody, according to their devotion to the Lord in the rasa that they have started seeing. So Balaramji first. So Balaramji is a brother. He says, Krishna, you say, Balam Balvatam Chaham in Bhagavad Gita, that I am the strength of the strong. And here, Govardhanji is shaking, and he looks at Krishna, and then Krishna looks at brother, and says, okay. Then he starts balancing it properly. So Krishna also knows where the center of gravity is of the Govardhan, right? So he properly points to the center of gravity. And then he notices that actually Krishna was looking at who? He was looking at Srimati Radharani, and that's where the balance was tilting. So that is Balaramji. And then Mother Yashoda, she's looking at it, and she's like very, very angry at Govardhan, because Govardhan, she says, if you don't balance yourself, I'll curse you. Already my little boy is holding you, and now you're giving him so much trouble. If you don't balance yourself, I'm going to curse you, and you'll be just, completely finished right here. And then Govardhan, he's afraid of mother's curse. What does he do? It's like, he's compared to a bumblebee. He starts flying. So automatically, instead of being on Krishna's little pinky finger, he actually lifts himself up. So he starts flying because he doesn't want to be cursed by Mother Yashoda, right? So that is Mother Yashoda's love. And then, of course, all the sakhas, the gopas, gopis of Krishna who are standing there, they think, from their standpoint of friendship, they think, oh, little Krishna, our little friend, he's stumbling. Let's all help him. So what do? They all take their sticks and then they are keeping under the under the Govardhan. It reminded me when we were at our C2 center, we lovingly called it as, it's actually called 8800 Governor's Hill Drive, but we call it as 8800 Govardhan Hill Drive because it is almost like Govardhan. Actually, it's like on a hill there. So our Govardhan Hill Drive, and when we inaugurated that facility just before we inaugurated, most of the devotees here, volunteers who were there, I remember we had some pictures taken. Somebody was, fixing those tables, the kids' classroom, and so they all had something in their hand. It almost felt like everybody was trying to help Krishna lift that Govardhan on the Govardhan Hill Drive that day, that evening before we inaugurated the facility. So like that, the Gopas, they are also assisting Krishna in lifting Govardhan. But Krishna shows them, and all the sticks actually break. But again, the mood that each one of them is, Krishna reciprocates, the Lord reciprocates in their particular mood. So in this case, the Achyuta Hasta Padmake, Krishna's lotus hands, they are considered as Padma. Padma is lotus flower, and Krishna has 10 different lotus things. So Krishna's feet are 2 lotuses, Krishna's hands are 2 lotuses, and then Krishna's 2 lotus eyes, 6, and Krishna's navel is also a lotus, and then of course Krishna's face. So 8 Ashtapadmake. So that is Ashtapadma, Krishna's 8 things are compared to. And of course his wife, Lakshmi Devi, she sits on a lotus flower, and she's meditating in Padmasan, which is also lotus pose, and she's wearing lotus garland. So everything that tied with Krishna is all lotus. And then what is saying, Bringayamanam. Bringayamanam, again, that Govardhan starts flying because of Krishna losing the balance. And he's looking like a dark bumblebee flying on the hands of Krishna. And he's samshevyamanam, like he's serving everybody. As like I said, he was like a grandfather. He's giving all treasures to everything. He's giving caves, he's giving water streams. He's serving the cows, the calves, the animals with grass. So all facilities Giriraj Govardhan is providing. That's why samsevyamanam. And to that Giriraj Govardhan, Siddha Krishna Babaji Maharaj is saying that Govardhanatvam, oh, to you, Govardhan, most auspicious Govardhan, Shirasa Namami, I bow down my head. So pure devotee, like we were talking about, bowing down our head in front of the Lord, as Kulashekara Alvar was saying. So Siddha Krishna Babaji Maharaj is also saying that, I bow down my head to you, O Giriraj Govardhan. So there are 5 doorkeepers of Vrindavan. So we kind of reference most of them. The first one is, as we said, Har Har Mahadev, yes, Gopeshwar Mahadev. And Lord Shiva came, he wanted to be part of the pastime. There's in Vrindavan, of course, he says, there's only one Purusha, right? So Krishna is the Purusha, everything else is Prakriti. And Shivji wanted to participate in the pastime. So, he was told by Lalita Sakhi to go bathe in the Yamuna river. And when he comes out, he is transformed into Gopeshwar Mahadev as a gopi. So Shivji is there again in all the places of Dham. He's there at Govardhan as Chakleshwar Mahadev, like we talked about before. He's there in Vrindavan as Gopeshwar Mahadev, at Radhakund as Kundeshwar Mahadev, and in Mathura as Bhuteshwar Mahadev, in Kamvan as Kameshwar Mahadev, Nandigram as Nandeshwar Mahadev. So like that, he's there all over the Dham. So he's one of the guardians of Vrindavan. So that is Mahadev, M. Any guesses what is the Y? Yamuna Devi, Yamuna Maharani. Yes, she is the water form of love of Krishna. So she also gives us Krishna Prema if we pray to her. So these are all pure devotees of the Lord. So Yamuna Maharani. That's why Prabhupada always used to love the prayer that we usually sing. And Prabhupada used to sing. What he used to sing? Any guesses what Prabhupada used to sing? What was his favorite prayer before he would do his classes? Jaya Radha Madhav. There he says, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, right? Krishna is Yamuna Tira Vanachari. He is performing pastimes on the banks of Yamuna river. So that's Yamuna Maharani. So yeah, she can bestow pure devotional service to us. Okay, so that is Yamuna Maharani. And third is, who's this? Vrinda Devi. So we just heard about the pastimes of Vrinda Devi with Sri Siddha Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, right? So Vrinda Devi can bestow pure devotional service to us. And that's why every morning we sing the Vrinda Devi Ashtakam also. Of course, we do Tulsi Arti. Because the Falashruti of Vrinda Ashtakam says that Vrinda Ashtakam yaha shunayat patedva Vrindavanadhisha padabja bhringa Saprapya Vrindavana Netyavasam Tat Prema Sevam Labate Kritartaha. Anyone who sings this prayer, such person will definitely get service at the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. So that is the mercy of Srimati Vrinda Devi. And then next comes our Guru Parampara. And we sing our morning Mangalarti, which is Guru Ashtakam. We do Guru Puja. And our Guru Parampara, starting all the way from our Guru Maharaj to Shri Prabhupada, to Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jagannath Das Ji Babaji Maharaj, Shri Goswamis, going all the way up to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is our Guru Parampara, which is also here on our altar. And when we sing the Guru Ashtakam by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, again there, the Falashruti, the fruit of chanting of that prayer is Srimad Guru Ashtakam etaducher Brahme Muhurte Patati Prayatnat Yastena Vrindavananatha Sakshat Sevaiva Labhya Janushonta Eva. One who with great care and attention loudly recites this beautiful prayer to the spiritual master during the Brahma Muhurta obtains direct service to Shri Shri Krishna, the Lord of Vrindavan at the time of his death. So that is the Falashruti, the mercy from our Guru Parampara. And then, of course, the fifth one is no guesses. So we had Mahadev, M, Y for Yamuna Devi, V for Vrinda Devi, G for our Guru Parampara, and then the last G is for Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. So Giriraj Govardhan, he's the fifth guardian of Vrindavan who bestows pure devotional service. So that is also we can also say, all of us can say that is my venerable Guru and Gauranga also, right? So that is also my VGG, but it's easy way to remember that Mahadev, Yamuna Maharani, Vrinda Devi, Guru Parampara and Giriraj Govardhan. So Giriraj Govardhan, again, in the prayer that we sing for Govardhan Ashtakam that Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has mentioned, that Vina bhavet kim haridasa varya padashrayam bhaktirata shrayami yam eva sa prema nije shrayo Shri Govardhanotme dishutam abhishtam. That without Vina bhavet kim haridasa varya. Haridasa varya is the best of the servants of the Lord. And without taking shelter of the feet of this wonderful hill, Govardhan Hill, that is the best of Lord Hari's servants, and full of love for the divine king and queen, how is it possible to attain pure devotional service? May this Govardhan Hill fulfill my desire. Govardhanome dishutam abhishtam. May he fulfill my desire. So we have to take shelter of Giriraj Govardhan, and we cannot say that I will only take shelter of the Lord, right, but not Giriraj Govardhan, or I will take shelter of the Lord but not my Guru, right, so like that, or I will take shelter of the lotus feet of the Guru, but I will not worship the face of the Guru. So that's called as Ardha Kukuti Nyaya, which is you want to just like enjoy the eggs of the hen, but you want to cut the head. So Prabhupada used to give that example that some people want to just kill the hen, but they want to enjoy the eggs, right? So that is Ardha Kukuti Nyaya. So without devoting ourselves to pure devotees of the Lord, we cannot attain pure love for the Lord, because Krishna himself says that what pleases him more than his worship is the worship of his pure devotees, because he, like I said, is completely under the control of his devotees. The pure devotees always are within the core of the Lord's heart, and the devotees live within the core of Lord's heart, and they don't know anyone besides the Lord. So Krishna really loves Govardhan. And Sri Rupa Goswami also in Upadeshamrita, he gives us the spiritual hierarchy, where he says that Vaikuntha janito vara madhupuri tatrapi rasotsavad. So he gives the hierarchy that, the spiritual hierarchy is Vaikuntha Loka is where the Lord is in his form of awe and reverence as Vishnu. So Vaikuntha, and then Vaikuntha janito vara Puri, Madhupuri, which is Mathura Puri, is above Vaikuntha, because the Lord in his 400 form is there in Vaikuntha, but in Mathura Puri, he actually appeared in his 200 form as Shyamasundar. So when he appeared there, that's why Mathura Puri is higher spiritually than Vaikuntha. And then even beyond Mathura is actually Sri Vrindavan Dham, Sri Rasotsavad, because Krishna performs his wonderful pastimes with all the Vrajavasis in Vrindavan. So that is why it's more spiritually advanced. And then in the Vrindavan Dham comes Sri Govardhan, because Govardhan Maharaj is where on the mountain of Govardhan, Krishna performed his pastimes with his gopas, right? He would spend 12 hours every day playing in Sri Giriraj Govardhan. So Govardhan is actually even more spiritually advanced. And then beyond Giriraj Govardhan, of course, is Sri Radha Kund, which is here depicted here, Sri Radha Kund and Sham Kunda right here on the right side today, because Sri Radha Kund bestows pure devotional love for Lord, because it is non-different from Srimati Radharani. So that is kind of the spiritual hierarchy that Sri Rupa Goswami gives about Giriraj Govardhan and Sri Radha Kund. And all the tirthas, all the kundas are at his feet. There is a wonderful story about Narad Muni. Like when Narad Muni was instructing Kayadu Mata, and Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of Kayadu, that time Narad Muni was instructing and Prahlad Maharaj was actually listening, and that is happening here at Narad. So there is Narad Kund around the Giriraj Govardhan, and that is where Narad Muni is most of his instructions to his pure devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj was at Narad Kund on Giriraj Govardhan. And also same thing for Dhruva Maharaj when he instructed him to go to Mahavan and perform his tapasya. So that time also that instruction also was given at Giriraj Govardhan and Narad Kund. And even Shani Dev, who we most in astrology is considered very inauspicious, right? So Shani is actually the son of Shiva, but the sun god Surya Dev. But Surya Dev kind of detested him because he was not very good looking. So Shani Dev kind of was heartbroken and he left. But then we see in astrology, that's why they say Surya or Shani saath mein nahi rehte. The sun and Shani, they will not be together. But Shani Dev, when he came to Giriraj Govardhan, and again with instructions of Narad Muni, he stayed there, and Narad Muni blessed him that he can stay there, and he can always eternally stay in the shelter of the Lord. So Shani Dev actually is very happy there. So there is a saying in Vrindavan and Raj that whoever goes to this Shani temple in Giriraj Govardhan, he's so compassionate. He says, I will remove all their inauspiciousness in their life. So a lot of people actually do that. Of course, as pure devotees, we are not affected by the inauspiciousness of Shani Dev, but that is also a fable about Shani Dev. So we see again Krishna or Giriraj Govardhan, he is the original rock star. Today, most of the kids, most of the teens are people, not just teens, but even everybody, they are fond of some music star, rock star, rock music, right? Krishna in the form of Giriraj Govardhan is the original rock star. He's a transcendental hill with the thrill. So we see Krishna may appear, it may be ordinary, but Krishna appears in very different forms. So like we talked about, Krishna appears in the form of plant as Tulsi plant. Krishna appears in the form of water as Yamuna Maharani, in the form of land as Vrindavan, in the form of wood as Jai Jagannath, yes, in the form of sound as holy name, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the form of books as Srimad Bhagavatam, in the form of human as Srila Gurudev, Guru Parampara, and in the form of rocks as Giriraj Govardhan. So we should never say, oh, this is just a pile of rocks. It is actually Krishna. It is almost like saying if Narsingh comes in front of us and say, oh, he's just a lion. No, that will be offensive, right? We will be of course, we'll be afraid and say, no, this is Narsimha, right? So Narsimha Dev. So like that. So Krishna appears in different forms, as Kurma avatar, as Matsya avatar, as Varaha avatar, as little Vamana with his legs, he traversed all the universe with his 3 steps. And with his legs, he actually also blessed Bali Maharaj that he went to the Sutala, and that's where he went. And also from there, he performed his pastime of kicking Ravan when he went back to Lanka. So again, Krishna appears in different forms, and we worship Krishna as Giriraj Govardhan. So Krishna appeared as Giriraj Govardhan. So there's always this question I think Mataji was talking about. So this is kind of our continuation of Giriraj Govardhan, because I think last week Anandani Gopika Mataji gave class online of Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. So I had to kind of revise a little bit of my talk. And then Mataji yesterday talked about Giriraj Govardhan, and the question is always there, okay, is Giriraj Govardhan really Krishna, or is he devotee of Krishna? So this wonderful prayer, like we said, Hari Das Varyo. So this is coming from the lotus mouth of Srimati Radharani. So let's repeat this also. Hantayam adrirabala haridasavaryo. Hantayam adrirabala haridasavaryo. Yadrama Krishna charana sparasha pramodaha. Yadrama Krishna charana manam tanoti sahago ganayoshtayoryat. Pani yasuya vasakandara kandamulai. Prabhu, you would like to read translation? Anybody? Keshav Prabhu or one of you?
Of all the devotees, this Govardhan hill is the best. Oh my friends, this hill supplies Krishna and Balaram, along with their calves, cows, and cowherd friends, with all kinds of necessities. Water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respects to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, Govardhan hill appears very jubilant.
Haribol, yes. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, where actually Srimati Radharani is calling Giriraj as Hari Dasavarya, the best amongst the servants of the Lord. So we saw that Krishna, Acharyas have also mentioned that Girirajo Hari Rupam. So Giriraj is the roop of Hari, is the form of Hari. And also it says that Esha Govardhano Sakshat Krishna Evana Samshyam. So Govardhana is Sakshat Krishna Eva. And there's no Samshyam, there's no doubt about that. That's what the scriptures say. So Krishna is Giriraj Govardhan. But then here, who's saying Srimati Radharani, who's the topmost devotee of the Lord, she is calling Giriraj Govardhan as Hari Das Savarya. So which is the best among the seven. So both understanding are correct. His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj, whose name is based on Giriraj. And so, we have wonderful disciples of Giriraj Maharaj, and he says that, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna, Radha, combined form, but he came in the mood of a devotee as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani, the complexion of Srimati Radharani. So we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu both as the Lord and as a pure devotee of the Lord. So similarly, we worship Giriraj Govardhan as Shri Krishna and also as a pure devotee of Shri Krishna. But Krishna himself says that if somebody says that they are my devotee, then they are actually not my devotee. But if somebody says that he is a servant of my devotee, then factually they are my devotee, right? So Krishna likes when we are not directly reaching him, but we are reaching him through his servants. So in that same mode, if we worship Giriraj Govardhan as a pure devotee of the Lord, then Krishna is pleased even more because we are worshipping him in the Seva Bhav. So through his mercy, we are able to attain the mercy of Sri Krishna. So that should be the mood. If we really want to please Krishna, then we worship Giriraj Govardhan in the mood of a top devotee, best devotee of the Lord. So we'll quickly move forward. Again, very quickly, most of us are familiar with the pastime of Giriraj Govardhan lifting, so I'll be very quick on this. But so Giriraj Govardhan, as we all know, there are 3 scenes, like we do perform dramas here for our Janmashtami. So scene 1 is when Krishna actually goes and talks to the assembly of Vrajvasis there. His parents, his father Nanda Maharaj is there, and all the other Vrajvasis, the senior Vrajvasis are there, right? And he says, what is going on, oh Papa, right? So he goes to Papa and he says, Nanda Maharaj, and then Nanda Maharaj says, okay, you are a small child, just stay quiet. We are important. This is like, most of the IT people, when you have these important, our team meetings are going on, and somebody comes and disturbs, he says, okay, hold on, right now, this room is reserved for us, right? So like that. So he says, no, you sit down, you're a small boy. Krishna, he's been observing, he's 7 years old now. He has been observing this, every year they have been doing this. And then he says, no, now I'm grown up, I'm the apparent heir to this, kingdom, right? So you tell me what is going on. And then Nanda Maharaj, lovingly explains to him, okay, we are going to perform this worship because, Indradev is the giver of, what does he give? He gives air, rain, okay, yes, he gives rain. So he gives rain. And we are all, Vaishyas, so we have to perform agriculture, we have to feed the cows, right? So the rain is essential for that. And because of that, we need rain, otherwise we cannot sustain. And then he says, but if that is the case, then rain also comes on ocean. Does ocean pray to Indra to give rain? No, water is there, right, in ocean. So why do we have to pray? Then they say, well, this has been going on from our generation, right? How can we stop now? He says, again, in our work, we say something has been going on for a long time. there is no need for process improvement anymore. No, let it just continue, because it's not broken, why to fix it, right? That's the famous statement in IT industry. If it ain't broken, why to fix it, right? So like that. So he's saying, if it ain't, so just because you have been going on for generation, does that mean what you have been doing is right? Right? So he's challenging the status quo, apparently. And then they says, okay, yeah, I think what he's saying makes sense. They all start kind of siding on him. But then they say, we agree with you, but again, you're a little boy, so we should consult. He says, okay, yeah, you can consult. There are Chandelier Rishi, there are other Rishi Munis, they are all seated in the assembly. So you can ask them. And then they come and then they ask Nandmaraj, what's going on? And Nandmaraj says, this is what he's saying. And Lala is saying, and they say, oh, Lala is saying, okay, yeah, then we are all agreeing with him, yes, because they all know, what is his transcendental position, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the boss, anu boss, like he is the boss of the boss of the boss, right? And who we are? Yeah, das, anu das. We are the servant of the servant of the servant. So they know his identity, but not all the Vraj, because Vrajvasi is in the mood of parental affection, fraternal affection with Krishna. They don't treat Krishna as God, but these rishis, they know what his identity is. So they are saying, yes, we all agree with him. That is what we should do. So that is scene one. So he convinces them to worship Giriraj Govardhan. But then suddenly, one rishi raises his hand. Sir, like in IT industry, somebody will ask, right? Sir, question. Says, yes. Krishna says, yes. What is the question? So then he says, okay, you are asking us to worship a hill. I have all these. Okay, I'm a Brahmana. I have been doing so many worships. I've been worshipping rivers. I've been worshipping demigods. I've been worshipping everybody. But nowhere in my manual that I have there is a worship of a hill. So what am I supposed to do? So then Krishna says again that, again, just as Srila Prabhupada, who is our founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so Krishna becomes the founder Acharya for worshipping of a hill. He says, okay, I will give the instructions. So he prepares a manual and he gives how to actually worship. So today we will do Giriraj Govardhan Arati, right? So actually that is coming from Evam Parampara Praptam, from Krishna. So we are going to do Arati of Giriraj Govardhan. So he then eventually convinces them to perform this worship. So they all head over to Giriraj Govardhan with all the things that they have been prepared for actually giving sacrifice to Indradev. But actually now they take all of that to Giriraj Govardhan. And Indra is now like sitting, because every year this has been going on. So he is waiting. He says, okay, now they'll bring, what happened this year? They're performing some special bhog laga rahe hain, special, prasad they are making. So I think they're taking a lot of time. They're not coming. Why? What happened? And then he's waiting, sitting there, waiting. And then who comes? Narada Muni comes, as always. So Narada Muni comes and then he says, oh, Indradev, what happened? Why are you looking so frustrated? And he says, what happened, Narada Muni, today? I've been waiting. I've been hoping that they'll be bringing me this nice food stuff. Every year they do this sacrifice. He says, oh, that is why you're frustrated, you're upset. Oh, but I have some news for you. Should I tell you or should I not tell you? And he says, sure, please tell me. He says, but I feel a little ashamed to tell you this. He says, no, please tell me what is happening. And he says, okay, let me check. Then he says, oh, actually I have a video. I captured it. Should I WhatsApp you or should I send it to your Facebook? He says, no, just tell me what is happening. And then, so Narada Muni has taken a video. So Narada Muni is showing, see what is going on. And he shows, they are all actually worshipping Giriraj Govardhan there. And they say, and Indra is like, what? All of this offering that is supposed to be given to me? These Vrajvasis, how dare they? They are actually going and worshipping a hill instead of giving me all these things. And I'm here sitting and waiting. Like it's like, he was waiting for all this Chappan Bhog, but nobody has even come in to ask him for a water this time. So he's like, Pani tak ke liye nahi pusha? And I'm here sitting here, जैसे बोले जब गांव में जाते तो वो बोले खाली एक मिर्ची और नमक दे देते हैं कि बोले अभी रोटी आएगी. So roti will come, but by the time he's just eating the salt and the mirchi, and he's waiting when the roti will come, the prasad will come, but nothing is coming. So he becomes very infuriated, angry, right? And then what does he do? We all know. He starts showering, thunderstorms after thunderstorms. And at that time, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they go to Krishna and say, because of you, say, I think Krishna, see, please help us. You told us to do this, we are doing this, but now this is happening. So this was the second day after Diwali. So we celebrate Diwali on Monday. So the second day after Diwali, on Wednesday, is when Krishna then lifts Govardhan hill. And because they have done the Govardhan Puja, and then Indra becomes angry, and then the storm starts, and Krishna lifts the Govardhan hill on second day. So then from the third day to how many days did Krishna lift the Govardhan hill? 7 days and 7 nights. On where? On his little pinky of the left hand. So for 7 days and 7 nights, he's lifting the Govardhan hill. So from the third day to the 10th day, it's considered that because Krishna is lifting the Govardhan hill and all the Vrajvasis are under the Govardhan hill. So it's very, very auspicious on the third day from the Titiya to the Dashami, if you actually do parikrama of Giriraj Govardhan, which is actually this week, as we are going to celebrate today. It's considered that we are actually doing parikrama of the Lord and all the pure devotees of the Lord. So how wonderful is that? Hari Hari Bol. So we will be doing that today. We will be doing parikrama. We are actually going to do parikrama of Krishna and all the pure devotees. So that's what happens when Krishna lifts the Govardhan hill. And at that time, Indra, it's like he doesn't spare even his, like we have this emergency, and we have like emergency fund, emergency CRs and IT like that. He has the emergency cloud, the Samvartaka cloud. He says, you also go, and when that goes, so finally the whole tanki, like in we say like the whole tanki, pura khali ho chuka hai. Everything is empty now, nothing is left. Then finally he realizes, he tells, please go and check what's happening. Hopefully everybody are drowned now. And they go back and they say, oh no, they're actually enjoying. They're having transcendental pastime, transcendental fun there, right? So like transcendental party is happening. Krishna is playing his flute and all the Vrajvasis, like I say, when Mirabai was there that time. So everybody was having darshan of the Lord. When wherever angle they were having, everybody was able to see the lotus face of the Lord. And everybody was just completely stunned, just like Giriraj Govardhan is stunned in ecstasy when he takes darshan of the Lord. So like that, everybody is stunned and everybody's having a nice gala time. And then Indra realizes his mistake, and then he comes and he begs forgiveness from the Lord, saying that, and then Krishna says, this was done because you had become boastful about your position, and you had pride. So that is why this Leela was performed. So Krishna breaks Indra's pride, and Mother Surabhi cow also comes, and they do Abhishek. That's what becomes Govindakund, which we'll see here today. So Govindakund is because the Abhishek that Surabhi Mata performs for Lord, and she requests that Krishna from that time will become their Indra. That's why Krishna's title of Govinda comes, because he is now the caretaker of the cows. So he's their Indra. So that's how his name comes. So that is in short summary. And again, there is wonderful pastimes of how he appeared, Giriraj Govardhan appeared, because Pulasthya Muni, who is the Muni from Kashi, he goes to Dronachal Parvat and he asks that, I want some help from you. And Dronachal Parvat says, yes, I will be very glad to help you, O sage. So then he looks around, he says, okay, who can I take? And then he looks at Giriraj Govardhan, who was a small child at that time of Himalayas, Dronachal Parvat. He says, I want this. Who is this? And then Dronachal says, as a father, he, just like when Ram Bhagwan was asked by the rishis that they want to take Ram Bhagwan, at that time Dashrath Maharaj was very, very sad. So similarly here, Dronachal Parvat is very sad that, Giriraj Govardhan is supposed to go with Pulasthya Muni. He says, if you want, I will come, but please, he's a small child, why do you want to take him? He says, no, I want to take him to Kashi. I have a good river there, Ganga is there, but I don't have any, mountains where I have good caves and fruits and vegetables that I can use for my offerings. So I want to take him. And you are a king and you gave me your word, now you cannot go back on your word. So then he says, okay, fine, if you so desire, O sage, then yes, but I'll give the decision on Govardhan. So Govardhan says, yes, of course, I will come. And then Govardhan is willing. But he says, but I'm mountain. I also have a condition. If you take me, then you have to take me straight to where you want to take me, to Kashi. If you keep me somewhere down, then I will not move. And at that time, he says, yeah, of course, and I'm a sage. What do you think? I'm going to take you in air Pulasthya, right? I'm not going to take you by walk. I'm going to go airways, non-stop flight from here to India, like we go, right? So like that, he says, I'll go non-stop. But as he's going over Vrindavan, and Giriraj Govardhan sees, oh, this is the land of my Lord, Vrindavan Dham. And then at that time, he pushes the button, ting, and then another button, like when you push a button in the air hostess comes like that. He pushes the button, and then sage Pulasthya, his name itself starts with, what is the letter? It starts with P. So he has a nature's call that he has to attend to, and he has to, so at that time he keeps Govardhan down in Vrindavan, and then he goes and he performs his oblations and takes bath in Yamuna and comes back. But at that time, when he comes back, he says, okay, now it's time to go, Govardhan. He says, where to go? He says, yeah, we have to go to Kashi. He says, but do you remember, what did I tell you? He says, oh yeah, but then, oh yeah, you told me that if I keep you down, then you will not move. He says, yes, so that's it. You kept me down, so where should I go now? That's it. And he says, no, but that is there. Everybody can get nature's call. You can also get it. If you were in my position, you will also do that. He says, no, but you told the same thing to my father. And he told you that you are a king. You cannot go back on your words. Now, how can you tell me the same thing? You cannot go back on your words. So then he doesn't move from there. And then he remains there in Vrindavan. But at that time, Pulasthya Muni curses him that because you did this to me, you will shrink every day by the size of a mustard seed. Of course, now we see, Giriraj Govardhan today. our acharyas explain that, he was just a Brahma Rishi, he didn't have power to curse a pure devotee of the Lord. Just like Ambarish Maharaj was a pure devotee, he was cursed by Durvasa Muni, but Sudarshan Chakra came to protect him. So like that, it is not really the power of Pulasthi Muni because of which he's shrinking, but it is really his sadness that after Krishna performed his earthly pastimes in Dwapar Yuga and left, Radha and Krishna left, out of separation, out of viraha, like Prabhu was talking about viraha, he was completely, devastated because of separation. Because of that, he has actually melted, and, he was described like, he was miles and miles long, but now, and tall, and now he has shrunk. And now only you can see the Radha Kund, Sham Kund, which are his eyes, from Giriraj Govardhan today. So he has actually shrunk in separation from the Lordship. So that is one of the pastimes of how he appeared. There are other pastimes also that Krishna and Radha performed, tapasya, and then he came as the manifestation of the pure love from Krishna's heart. So it was Radha and Krishna together when they performed this tapasya. He appeared as the manifestation of light from their heart. So who is there in Radharani's heart? Radharani is a pure devotee. Krishna is there in her heart. And who is there in Krishna's heart? Like we said, Krishna says, pure devotees reside in my heart. So from Krishna's heart comes pure devotees. From Radharani's heart comes Krishna. So that's why Giriraj Govardhan, when he comes, he is a combined representation of Sri Krishna and pure devotee of Krishna. That's why we say we worship him as Sri Krishna and we worship him as pure devotee of Krishna. So that is Giriraj Govardhan. Okay, today is also the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada, who is our founder Acharya. So there is Srila Prabhupada, before he was leaving his body, that was his last wish that he wanted to do Govardhan Parikrama. So he would tell his devotees that, please take me around Govardhan Parikrama on a cart. And even his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, also had the same wish. And we are going to sing a wonderful prayer by Devati Mataji. So that is a prayer where we request residence at the lotus feet of Giriraj Govardhan through Govardhan Vasa Prarthana Dashakam. So that is a prayer that both Srila Prabhupada and his Guru Maharaj used to love, hearing. Okay, so we'll skip this one. Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada gave, like I said, it's his disappearance. And if you say spiritual, we say, rituals, at least what we were doing most of our lives were all rituals. But when we understand Srila Prabhupada's instructions, which is the SPI, and we add Srila Prabhupada's instructions to the rituals, then it becomes spiritual, really. So that is what Prabhupada has given the treasure. He has given us understanding the why. Why do we do what we do? So all of that is so nicely explained by Srila Prabhupada in all of his books. So that is his contribution to us through his books, through his teachings, and through his instructions. And it is again very nice that this morning when we are reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, which I have the picture at the bottom there, the reporter actually asked, and this was this morning as we were reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, and he says, what will happen to your movement, in US after you die? And then Prabhupada says, I will never die. I will live forever in my books, and my devotees will live with them. They will utilize them, and they will live with me forever through my books. So this was a very, very famous quote that Srila Prabhupada made, and it was nice that we were reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit today, and then Prabhupada said this on his disappearance day. So yeah, Prabhupada has given us so much. It is our duty, like there's this famous song that, Prabhupada na hote, to kya hota, ye jeevan behta kaise? How would our lives sustain without Srila Prabhupada? He has given us all this wonderful process of bhakti and everything. So we are indebted to Srila Prabhupada that we should just follow his instructions and make our lives successful. Everything that we do today, the process of sadhana bhakti, everything is because of Srila Prabhupada's contribution. There's this wonderful video, which of course we'll not have time to go through right now, but we can share this link in the WhatsApp channel, so you can watch today on the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, what he has, how he has transformed the lives of people all over the world. So it's a wonderful watch. Okay, so finally, three key takeaways. What we can do, right? Again, just as Mahamantra says, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, right? There are three things in Mahamantra. So first, Hare, we can worship Govardhan Shila, which we will do today, and we can pray for pure devotion. And we can visit Vrindavan, like I said, or New Vrindavan, which is close to us, and we can circumambulate Giriraj. That also, which will come true today, we'll do that. And we can sing Shri Govardhan Ashtakam, or Govardhan Vasa Prarthana Dashakam, which Mataji is going to sing. So all three key takeaways will be done. Yesterday when we were reading Prabhupada Lilamrit, Prabhupada in the flight, he was saying to his disciples that anytime you travel, because he was trying to talked to the flight supervisor, and he was asking for Bhagavad Gita, and they didn't have Bhagavad Gita in the flight. And then Prabhupada, after he left, after the flight supervisor left, he was very angry with them. He says, every time you travel, you should have 3 books with you. He said, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? So if you say Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna as the guru instructed Arjuna, right? So that is our Bhagavad Gita, which is Rama in the form of spiritual master. Guru gives the instruction as Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So that's Rama, because spiritual master and our representative of Balaram. And then Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Krishna himself personified in the form of book, right? So that is Krishna. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we said, it came in the form of a devotee, as in the mode of Srimati Radharani. So that is Hare. So these are 3 books that we should carry with us, as Prabhupada instructed. And these are the 3 key takeaways for our session today. And we will be able to do all those 3 by the mercy of all the wonderful Vaishnavas. Thank you to Matajis who have manifested Giriraj Govardhan here. So with that, let us pause and let's all chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol. Thank you so much. Sorry for going a little over. So Mataji will do the Govardhan Arati and the Govardhan Pratana, and then we'll do the Arati. So as we are doing, we'll all rise and then we'll perform the Arati. Do we have time? Yes, if we can take a couple of questions if anybody has any questions. If you think of any questions, you can all, yes, I think there's one question over at the back.
So my question is Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This day and age, now people are like reading books on their tablets and phones. So what's the look forward for that? Because it's good to carry the books, yes. But what do you say about carrying those books in the digital form, or should we be in the physical form?
Yes, that's a very good question, Prabhu. What's your name, Prabhu?
Manmohan.
Manohar. Manmohan.
Yes.
Hari Bol. So that's the name of your name itself is Manmohan, like Krishna. So very Manmohan question. Thank you for the question. Yes, so of course times have changed, like you said. So we all carry our digital devices with us, and we were actually at one of the home programs couple of days ago. We were talking about the Jerry Prabhu was talking, right? We have vedabase.io, which is a very wonderful repository of all of Srila Prabhupada's books. Most of us reference that, and even in our kathas here, right? So a lot of effort has gone in from devotees to build that site, right? So that we can actually access everything from the comfort of our pockets. Even when we are outside traveling, we can leverage that. So yes, that is a wonderful way that we can reference Srila Prabhupada's books. At that time, when Prabhupada was around in 70s, of course, there was no internet and anything, so he was a living, talking encyclopedia. But again, there is always a charm for the physical books. When you have the physical books at home, just having the books purifies your home, purifies your atmosphere. So we should all have a copy of Bhagavad Gita, of Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita at our homes. And not just keep them, but also read them. Right? So we should not, like it says, there's a famous joke in ISKCON that, Prabhupada's book is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So we should not just keep the book as it is, but we should actually take the book and read. So, but keeping it at home also purifies, because it is non-different from the Lord. So just the presence of Lord is purificatory for our home, for our environment. But when we are traveling, of course, if it is not feasible to carry the whole volume of Bhagavatam, at least whatever is feasible we can carry. And if not, we have Vedabase, we read from that. And we can contribute also. There is a place in the vedabase.io. If you go to the bottom, there's a way you can donate, you can contribute to sustain that project. And this is also a form that you are giving charity, because you are purifying your money by giving it to the Lord in terms of contributing to that project. So in that sense, even we are all benefiting from Vedabase, but you can also contribute to that project. At least many of the devotees I know, they do that. So that is kind of a short answer to your question, Prabhu. Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, no, that's a very nice question. Yes, so like we said again, the three books of as Prabhupada said, right? And we said the Bhagavad Gita is the kind of the foundational stone that Krishna lays, right? And then Srimad Bhagavatam is the graduate study beyond Bhagavad Gita. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita is a postgraduate study, right? So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives all instructions to Arjuna, but he doesn't tell him, he tells him what to do, but he doesn't really tell them how to do. Right? So that's where Bhagavatam starts. And Bhagavatam talks about the glories of all the wonderful devotees of Krishna, right? From Kunti Maharani to Pandavas to, Ambarish Maharaj to Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj. There are so many wonderful pastimes, and we have. So all these glories of the wonderful devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam actually teaches us how to actually embody the character of the pure devotees, right? So that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, like I said, came in the mood of Srimati Radha, and he was the topmost devotee, and he taught to the Goswamis how to lead their life, right? So to answer your question, yes, Krishna gives the founding instructions in Bhagavad Gita, but how do we actually apply those instructions in our life? We can understand from understanding the character of pure devotees of the Lord from Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that is why they are the graduate and the postgraduate study. So when we surrender to the devotees, then Krishna is more pleased. And Krishna himself comes in the form of devotee, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and teaches this by his personal example of how he goes and he performs Rath Yatra, how he personally serves the Vaishnavas, how he personally cleans the temple, right? So he's acting in the mood of a devotee, serving the other Vaishnavas there in the Dham. So, yeah. Thank you, Mataji, for the wonderful question. Okay, so I think in respect of time, we'll pause here. But again, if you have any questions, we can certainly discuss while we are having prasadam. We're on prasadam, but now we'll move forward to the next part of the program where we'll sing the Govardhan Vas Pratana Dashakam, and we will also do the Aarti after that. So while we are doing this, we can, yeah. During the Aarti, and we will do the Parikrama, right, Mataji? Yes. Okay, while singing this prayer, we can sit, and then while doing the Aarti, we'll stand. Yes, thank you, Mataji.
So with that, we would like to thank Madana Adbhuta Prabhu. I would like to thank Madana Adbhuta Prabhu for such a wonderful class, and we would like to thank him with 3 loud Hari Bols. Hari Bol! Okay. So we still have a couple of classes left for the weekends in the month of Kartik. So please do come every Saturday in the series of Kartik month. Thank you. So we'll have the bhajan, the prayer, pratnas you were singing. So before we sing, anybody here coming for the first time, we would like to recognize you. Yes. Please say your name and how did you come to know about ISKCON Cincinnati?
My name is Josh. So I heard about ISKCON in Cincinnati. I just recently back to Ohio State, and so I've been going up to Columbus, the temple up in Columbus, Krishna House up there. And one of the devotees up there told me about the community here in Cincinnati, and so I'm here today.
Thank you, Josh. We would like to welcome Josh with 3 loud Hari Bols. And I hope we can continue coming here every Saturday. We have such a wonderful program with feast at the end. So please do come. Anybody else here for the first time? Prabhuji. Please say your name and how did you come to know about ISKCON Cincinnati?
My name is Vrijesh. I came to know about this site from the internet.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hope to see you again on Saturday. Every Saturday we get together here. So let's welcome him with loud 3 Hari Bols.
Hari Bol, Hari. Anyone else?
Anybody else? I think there is one Mataji over there. On the back, Prabhuji.
Hello, this is Priya. This is the first time our family is coming here, and we were being told about this ISKCON from my friend family Jaya and Padmakarji. So we just wanted to come and see this today. Yeah.
Thank you, Priya Mataji, for coming here, and hope to see you every Saturday here along with your family. And I know you joined Bhakti Vriksha over there, so
Correct.
thank you again. So let's welcome Priya Mataji with loud Hari Bol 3 times.
Thank you.
Anybody else here?
Hi, I'm Kishore. Couple of friends mentioned about this place. I've been thinking about it coming from quite some time, so finally made it.
Thank you, Kishore. Yeah, let's welcome Kishore with loud Hari Bol 3 times.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, there is one Mataji there.
Hare Krishna. This is Nalini, and I heard about this ISKCON temple from one of my colleague, and couple of people. I met them in the Walmart, and they have talked about this ISKCON temple. We have been trying to come here from a long time, but finally it happened. We are so happy to be here.
So how is the experience so far?
So good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll continue seeing you again every Saturday.
Sure.
So let's welcome Nalini Mataji with 3 loud Hari Bol. Hari! Anybody else that would like to recognize? Okay, then let's do the prayers. We all will be sitting, and we'll be doing the pratna. And once we start doing the arti, that's the time we will all request everybody to stand up. So be seated right now.
Hare Krishna. It's okay. Lalit Prasad Prabhu is here, right? Okay, so I will try to say little in English first. This is a Govardhan Vas Prathana Dashakam is sing by our Prayojan Acharya Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. He who spent his whole life at the Radha Kund on the Tareti of Sri Govardhan Ji. So he taught us how to pray and how our life should be, and what can we do to reach our goal of prema bhakti and to do the seva of Shri Radha Krishna. So this Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam is sung by our Prayojan Acharya. It's all the glorification and the stuti to Govardhan Ji. So we will sing all together. Yes. All together. बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा. बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा फिर. श्री गोवर्धन वास प्रार्थना दशकम की जय. श्री श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी की
Jai.
श्री श्री गिरिराज महाराज की
Jai.
And today is like a double treat. Today is like our spiritual master's disappearance day. So it's like बहुत अच्छा दिन है. दूसरा, we have also make a Giriraj ji as a rise too, and the Giriraj himself is come here in little Sinhasan. हम सबको कृपा करने के लिए आए हैं. तो he is sitting in the little Sinhasan, the Giriraj Shila. So we all are blessed today to sing this and please him with our. So we will try to sing with our devotion, so we can please Shri Giriraj ji. Hari Bol. निजपतिभुजदण्डा छत्रभावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहतमदद्रष्टो दण्डदेवेन्द्रगर्व अतुलपृथुलशैला श्रेणिभूप प्रिया मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् प्रमदमदनलीला कन्दरे कन्दरे ते रचयति नवयूनोर्द्वन्द्वमस्मि न मन्दम् इति किल कलनार्थं लग्नकस्तद्वयोर्मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् अनुपममणिवेदी रत्नसिंहासनोर्वी रुहजरदरसानुद्रोणिसङ्घेषु रङ्गे सह बलसखिभिः सङ्खेलयन् स्वप्रियं मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसनिधि नवयूनो साक्षिणीं दानकेले द्युतिपरिमलविद्धं श्यामवेदीं प्रकाश्य रसिकवरकुलानां मोदमास्फालयन् मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् हरिदयितमपूर्वं राधिकाकुण्डमात्मा प्रियसखह्यकण्ठे नर्मणालिङ्ग्यगुप्ता नवयुवयुगखेला तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् स्थलजलतलशस्पे भूरुहाच्छायया च प्रतिपदमनुकालं हन्त संवर्धयनगा त्रिजगति निजगोत्रं सार्थकं ख्यापयन् मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् सुरपतिकृतदीर्घा द्रोहतो गोष्ठरक्षां तव नवगृहरूपा शान्तरे कुर्वतैव अगमकरिपुणोचे दत्तमाननधृतं मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् गिरिनृपहरिदासा श्रेणिवर्येति नामा मृतमिदमुदितं श्रीराधिका वक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदे स्फुतं मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निजजनयुतराधा कृष्णमैत्रीरसाक्ता व्रजनरपशुपक्षी व्रातसौख्ये कदाता अगणितकरुणत्वान् मामुरीकृत्य तान्तं निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निरुपतिकरुणेन श्रीसच्चिनन्दनेन त्वयि कपटिसतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्यता माम गृहन् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसदसकमस्य श्रीलगोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधरकुलभर्तु यः प्रयत्नादधीते ससपदि सुख्यतिस्मिन् वासमासाद्य साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवा रत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम्। श्री श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय।
Yeah, so we'll stand up, but before that, I would like to thank two volunteers who have don't want to share their name, but anonymously donated for the prasadam today. So all the prasadam that we are going to eat are donated by anonymous devotees. So let's say loud Hari Bol for them. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We'll sing.
Ready? On your mark, ready, get set, go.
हरे कृष्णा नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो धार जोर लगाओ मेरे भैया हे यशोदा मैया सब जोर लगाओ भैया कहे यशोदा मैया सब जोर लगाओ मेरे भैया कहे यशोदा मैया सब जोर लगाओ मेरे भैया अरे ये कैसे झेलन भार कन्हैया मेरो भारो अरे ये कैसे झेलन भार कन्हैया मेरो बारो 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 नख पर गिरिवर लेनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो नख पर गिरिवर लेनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो 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 लाला की नरम कलैया कहीं मुर्ख न जावे भैया लाला की नरम कलैया कहीं मुर्ख न जावे भैया लाला की नरम कलैया कहीं मुर ना जावे भैया लाला की नरम कलैया कहीं मुर्ख न जावे भैया अरे गिरवर भार अपार कन्हैया मेरो बारो अरे गिरवर भार अपार कन्हैया मेरो बारो कोप इंद्र ने कीनो गोवर्धन नख पे लीनो। जब कोप इंद्र ने कीनो गोवर्धन नख पे लीनो। जब कोप इंद्र ने कीनो गोवर्धन नख पे लीनो। बादल बरस बरस गए हार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। बादल बरस बरस गए हार कन्हैया मेरे बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। यूं कहे पूछरी वारो लठिया के दियो सहारो। यूं कहे पूछरी वारो लठिया को दियो सहारो। यूं कहे पूछरी वारो लठिया को दियो सहारो। यूं कहे पूछरी वारो लठिया को दियो सहारो। हे मन भजले कृष्ण मुरार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। हे मन भजले कृष्ण मुरार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो 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 कन्हैया मेरो बारो। नख पर गिरिवर लीनो धार 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 कन्हैया मेरो बारो। कन्हैया मेरो बारो 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 कन्हैया मेरो बारो। हरे कृष्ण। श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। तो पे पान चढ़े तो पे फूल चढ़े। 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 तो पे चढ़े दूध की धार ओ धार तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। तो पे चढ़े दूध की धार ओ धार तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। श्री गोवर्धन महाराज महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहो। तेरी सात कोस की मुकुट विराज रहियो थोड़ी में हीरा लाल, तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो तेरे कानन कुंडल चमक रहियो, तेरे कानन कुंडल चमक रहियो, तेरे कानन कुंडल चमक रहियो, तेरे कानन कुंडल चमक रहियो तेरे गले में बैजंती माल, ओ माल तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो तेरे गले में बैजंती माल, ओ माल तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो तेरे अंग में जामा केसरिया, तेरे अंग में जामा केसरिया, तेरे अंग में जामा केसरिया, तेरे अंग में जामा केसरिया और पटका लाल गुलाल, ओ गुलाल तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो और पटका लाल गुलाल, ओ गुलाल तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो तेरी मानसी गंगा निकट बहे, तेरी मानसी गंगा निकट बहे, तेरी मानसी गंगा निकट बहे, तेरी मानसी गंगा निकट बहे रूप दिए जरे दिन रात, दिन रात तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो दिन रात, दिन रात तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो गिरिराज धरन प्रभु तेरी शरण, गिरिराज धरन प्रभु तेरी शरण, गिरिराज धरन प्रभु तेरी शरण, गिरिराज धरन प्रभु तेरी शरण करो भक्त का बेड़ा पार, ओ पार तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो करो भक्त का बेड़ा पार, ओ पार तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो
श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो
श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज रहियो
श्री गोवर्धन महाराज, महाराज तेरे माथे मुकुट विराज
कीर्तन स्टार्ट करें
जय गिरिराज Giriraja,
Giriraja, Giriraja, Jaya Giriraja, Jaya Giriraja, Giriraja, Giriraja,
Jaya
Giriraja,
Jaya Giriraja, Jaya Govardhana, Giriraja, Jaya Govardhana,
Jaya Giriraja, Giriraja, Giriraja. Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale
Srimate
Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine कीर्तन करनी है सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी असत्यादि सतारिणी प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari
Bol. Hari Naam Sankirtan ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So before we just go on for Damodar Ashtakam, I just wanted to share very important information. So I just want to show the desire of our devotees to build our temple. And this is our youngest devotee donor. So, what's his name? So he will just share, he has contributed $172. Haribol. And he will share how long it took him to collect that $172 and what made and why did he chose to contribute that $172 to ISKCON rather than getting some gifts for himself?
So it took me 1.5 years to collect the money, and the way I collected it was like any money I got from my grandparents or something. I took like $10 out of that and just put it in, or just like any random money I just found around the house, even like a penny. I just put it in like this little piggy bank.
basically he has collected a piggy bank from me or from us, and then he took it, put it in his house, and whatever he used to get for his pocket money, some chillers, whatever, Prabhu and Mataji used to give him, he used to just go and put it. And end of the day, maybe a couple of days back, he just shared an envelope. I counted it was $172. So I think that is the biggest contribution over 1.5 years for us to make this temple. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I just need to sit down for a second. Namami Swaram
Amameshwaram Satchidanandarupam Satkundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Yashodabhiyolukhaladhavamanam Paramrisham Achyantadodjagopya
Yashodabhiyolukhaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutyagopya Yashodabhiyolukhaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutyagopya Rudantam muhurnetra yugmam rajantam Karambhoja yugmena shatanka netram Muhushasakam patrirekhanka kantha Stitagrevam damodaram bhaktipadham Iti driksvalilabhir anandakunde Swaghosham nimajantam akhyapayantam Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktejitatvam Punah prematastam satavriti vande Varam deva moksham na moksham vadhim va Achanyam vrineham vareshadapiha Idam te vapurnatha gopal balam Sada me manasya virastam ki manne सुखाम्भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले घृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या मुहुशुम्बितं बिम्बारक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विरास्तां मालां लक्षलाभे नमो देव दामोदरानन्त विष्णो प्रसीदा प्रभो दुःख जलाब्धिमग्ना कृपा दृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनां बतानो अहनेशमग्नं निधाक्षीयशय कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धामूर्त्वययध्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयाचा न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थिदामोदरेहा नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यम् त्वदीयाय प्रियाय नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयाय प्रियाय नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यम् हरे कृष्ण Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare. Ribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare. Ribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana, Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana. Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana, Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana. Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Shri Radhe. Prabhupada Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Jai. Hari Hari Bol.